In this discussion, we're going to talk about civil unrest, what's happening right now, not just in the United States, but all around the world. We're seeing it. People are getting mad at each other, and it's happening everywhere. And I think it's being amplified by evil forces, demonic forces. I think it's being amplified by AI, by bots, by all kinds of, who knows what it is, right? It doesn't matter what's causing it. That's never the premise of my self-defense talks. I want to talk about how do you stay safe? How do I stay safe? How do we protect our families? And in this case, I want to talk about get home bag. And this is my small get home bag. It goes inside my big get home bag. And a get home bag, like a bug out bag, is how do you get from work or school or wherever you may be back to your house safely, or as safe as possible, and not get stuck somewhere. So if you have to hoof it, you have to beat feet, and you don't have a car, or maybe you do, what do you carry with you? And this is going to be a discussion about non-lethal items. So we're talking about non-lethal things that are not a knife or a gun. In case you had to, maybe you live in an area where you can't carry a knife or gun, right? And a lot of people in the United States, and mine personally, I would have it on, I do have it. I have it right now. I have it on my body. So I do carry that. I'm not saying you can't carry a gun. I'm not saying don't carry a gun. I'm saying this discussion is about non-lethal items that you can carry in addition to your sidearm, or, hey, libertarian minded, it's good to see you. Or maybe you live in an area where you can't carry them, or you have to take public transportation with your get home bag, and you're not gonna be able to take certain things through that, whatever they do, the checkpoints, however they're gonna stop you. Now, one of them is gonna be iffy. You might be able to carry it where you live, you might not. And so we're gonna talk about it anyway, because I think if you have this on you, it's a force. All these are force multipliers. These three basic things. I'm gonna start with my go-to, my favorite, the one that I carry with me everywhere I am. I always have one. I fly with it. I travel. It's in the hotel room. As soon as I check into the hotel room, it comes out of my bag and it goes right next to the nightstand. If I get up in the middle of the night, I've got my flashlight with me. I take it with me wherever I go. And it is a tactical flashlight. It's not just a regular flashlight. It's made out of a very hard material. I put a link in the description if you need one. It also has the features on the end that's going to rip flesh if you need to use it for self-defense. So when you hold it in your hand and you squeeze it, you can either blind them in the middle of the night, which is a great tool if you're trying to get out of somewhere. There's civil unrest. We have the government shut down here in the United States, getting ready to turn off people's income and their ability to buy food and groceries. And who knows what's going to happen, right? I think a lot of this stuff is crazy. I don't know if it's pre-planned or not, but the point is, doesn't matter who's doing what, why they're doing it. What matters is, how do you stay safe? How do I stay safe? How do we protect ourselves, our families? And the first non-lethal option that I want you to carry, if you're not already carrying one, on your person or in your get-home bag. Again, a get-home bag is what you take with you. In this case, I would throw this over my shoulder. I also have a much larger bag, and this isn't a get out of town bag that you carry in your house. This is the one you carry in your car or you travel with. If you take public transportation, it's your backpack. What do you put in it? And the first one is this flashlight. Again, in the middle of the night, you can blind someone, take away their night vision so they can't chase you down. You can squeeze your hand, and that becomes a very hard fist load. A fist load is something that keeps your hand from collapsing, so that when you punch him in your jaw, you're gonna break his jaw, you're gonna knock his teeth down his throat for self-defense. This case, you can also smash down with it. You can swing it into the side of his face. You can backhand him with it. So you can do a lot of things with a self-defense, a tactical flashlight. That's the first item that I want you to think about. If you don't already carry one, carrying on your person or put it in your get-home bag, it's a non-lethal option. Now, the second one is going to be iffy. I don't know if you can carry it where you live or not, but it's one that I carry professionally during the day, which is why it looks like this. It's all rough, but I also have these in all of my bags. Now, I can't carry this through the airport. You can't travel with this, but this is something that lives in my car in the get-home bag. If I wasn't able to fill up the gas or run out of gas, I got to throw it in my backpack, and especially if I have my family with me, and I need to carry extra levels of protection. And again, I live in an area where I do carry a sidearm with lots of magazines and a high capacity and a larger round. For those of you who want to say that in the comments, why don't you just carry a gun? Well, you might not be able to carry one where you live, or you might have to go through areas where you can't carry that with you. And if you need other non-lethal, or it might not be appropriate to pull out your gun and start shooting people because they're just rioting or going crazy or tearing things up. You just need to get them off of you, get out of there. You don't want to go to jail for the rest of your life. You need to think about different levels of force that you're allowed to use. And pepper gel, and I know this has always been, hey Eleanor, it's good to see you. It's pepper gel instead of pepper spray. Now I prefer pepper gel over pepper spray. I've had both sprayed on me, and I know that there's a little bit of a delay on the pepper gel. However, I feel like, especially in like an indoor area, I'm not going to eat this. I'm not going to breathe this as much as I would if I come out with a whole bunch of pepper spray. So the pepper gel comes out like it sounds. It's a gel. It's going to soak his face. It's going to get in his eyes. It's going to get in his nose, his teeth. He's going to feel it for multiple days. One of the guys that works for me called me up the other day. He said, I had a warm sensation on my leg. He has a duty belt on. His broke on him. The bottom of it broke. Yeah, Devin says gel sticks like pie. Think about a nice, hot, sticky pie right in his face that he wants to dig his eyes out. His snot's coming out of his mouth. He's choking on the pepper gel, and he's getting out of your face. That's the whole point. Get him out of your face. Get him away from you, right? I want you to be hard to hurt. I want you to be hard to hit. It's hard for him to come at you and start punching you if he can't see or he's choking on his spit. Pepper gel like this is this Saber brand. I put a link in the description below if you want to see it, or I don't care what brand you use. You don't have to use my links. Go find some, carry it if you can carry it. Now that's the second of 3 non-lethal options that I want you to think about putting in your get home bag if you haven't already. You might already have a perfect bag. You probably have better stuff than me. If you do, put it in the description. What do you carry in your get home bag? I also have tons of medical supplies. I have this thing is packed with bandages, tourniquets, chest seals. It has just like the basic little things. Has a knife in here. There's another source of light in here. There are markers to mark things, and like a general everyday first aid kit, right? And lots of gauze, and a couple of on the bigger one, I have some stop the bleed, like a full kit, stop the bleed kit. But when I travel, this one would go inside of here. Now this way you can also carry off of your body. I prefer to carry appendix in my waistband, so that's where I carry mine. Sometimes I carry more than one. I carry 2. I also like an ankle holster. So just saying, like if you like an ankle holster, put that in the description. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I also like boot knives. I like whipping things out of the boots. I like the ankle holster, and having 2 options just in case you go to the ground and you have to fight for your life. This is about self-defense. It's not about street fight. This is not road rage. This is not you trying to get somebody back. This is life or death, self-defense for you and for your loved ones. Now, the third thing, I want to get there fast because I'm still working, and it's because the world's so crazy. There's so much going on. There's so many angry people on the right, angry people on the left. I think that the enemy being the big enemy, the bad guy, the devil himself, uses broken people and he spins them up, and he gets them so angry, and he pushes them across the line, and then they go out and they hurt a bunch of people. Or they start hurting each other, and they're on the right politically, they're on the left politically. They have bizarre ideas. It's not a right or left thing. They're just nuts. And there's plenty of them out there. And there are people who are stressed, who are facing financial distress, who are facing marital and relationship issues because everybody's so on edge and at this and so my point is, I want you to be safe in times of civil unrest like we're experiencing right now. And I'm not saying, some people are saying civil war or whatever. I don't know. I think it's more civil unrest. It's probably been worse than that. I don't know. People give me statistics. It's worse than it's ever been. It's not worse than it's ever been. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to you. All that matters is how do we keep our families safe? How do we keep ourselves safe? And the third one, this is one of my favorites. This is something I've been working with a lot in the last year and a half. And it's a cut resistance. Now this is important. This is level 5, cut resistant. That doesn't mean cut proof. That means if they go at you hard enough, it could cut, but it's not likely to cut with most blades. Yeah, Eleanor says anger has become prolific. It's everywhere. Eleanor, you're right. But this is a tactical glove. They're cut proof, they're puncture proof. That means the needles. And I'm going to show you two ways there are two reasons I like you to have it in your get home bag. And the first way is because, if you start, you know, there's a lot of craziness going around and there's a lot of violence around you. Things are breaking, things are burning, things are exploding. There's broken glass, there's broken. You can put your gloves on, right? And if you had to pry something apart or pull a fence over to get through something, you're not going to slice your hands up. You're going to have this level of protection. Obviously, someone's coming at you with a knife and you know how to defend yourself, and you had to cover up here, they're going to slice that. So that is definitely one of the reasons why a lot of law enforcement officers, police officers, use cut resistance gloves in case a bad guy, if one, has a needle on them, they're not going to get stuck when they're patting them down, and two, if they come at them with a knife and they need to cover up and defend themselves, then they're going to slice this and they're not going to get to their skin. Now, the second reason I want you to have a pair of these is when you ball up your fist, these get really, really tight. Now, you got these things here, these protectors on the knuckle. The glove itself is a heavy glove. Now, when you hit, it's almost like having that loaded fist from when you threw your flashlight. I put it away already. You flew that flashlight in there. And then, Wake Up says, I should give some advice to the Brits. This is advice to the Brits. You can get slash-proof gloves. And in Great Britain, you can't carry a gun. Most people don't have them. But they're walking around slashing each other up with knives. France, Germany, Great Britain, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, everywhere they've taken away people's ability to defend themselves with a projectile device, a gun, knife crimes through the roof, right? You see it in parts of Korea, you see it in parts of China, you see it in parts of, everywhere else in the world except the United States. We're the only place where we're shooting each other. There are plenty of knife crimes here too. But with gloves like this, you have an extra layer of protection from your skin. They also you can get sleeves, you can get elbow pads, you can get a whole shirt that is slash proof and stab proof if you wanted to go that route. But you could throw these in your bag, a pair of gloves, cut proof gloves, and then, Wake Up says 4 people attacked and killed, 2 killed today in London by foreigners with knives. And like I said, the world's on fire. There's civil unrest everywhere. Civil unrest just means where we live, people are angry. People are frustrated. People are at their wits' end. People are emboldened by laws or whatever to go out and hurt people. And then they're getting away with it, or they're not getting away. I don't know. Again, politically, who knows whose fault it is? That's not what this video is about. This video is about how do you stay safe. Cut proof gloves. Make a fist. You got these on the knuckles. All of a sudden, you're punching him in the jaw for self-defense and his jaw breaks, or he goes down, or you knock him out, you hit him in the neck, you hit him in the jaw, you hit him in the temple, and you're able to hit with so much more force. These are force multipliers because these gloves have extra weight and they have that protection, that knuckle protection. You're not going to break your knuckles. You're going to be less likely to break your knuckles. I'm not going to guarantee it. Gosh, I don't know. I'm not gonna break my knuckles. I know what my knuckles can do, but you just toughen them up, right? But you can squeeze that fist. You make them really tight, and when you have to throw an extra punch, or 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 10, you hit so much harder because of the gloves. So these, I put the link to these gloves. Wake Up asked, do I have a link to the gloves? I put the link in the description below, and that goes to Amazon here in the United States. I think I get like 12 cents. I'm not even kidding. Like what you get from a Amazon link doesn't even pay for the gas in my car sitting here for the last 2 minutes. But you can see what they look like. I put the link in there so that you can go there and you can see what the dimensions are, what the specs are, what they call them. And then wherever you live, you can type it in and you can go and you can find something that's similar or the same. This brand is called IntraFit, INTRA-FIT, Fit. IntraFit, I'm guessing they're made in China, and there's probably 2 or 3 brands that are similar, but it's a level 5 glove that you're looking for because that's going to give you all these extra features that are going to allow you not to get punctured by those needles. Like I said, the first use case that comes to mind is you're running home, you're getting out of there, something happened, you grab your family, you go, and you come up to a place where you need to go through a broken door, a broken window, a broken fence, or a hole in the fence, and you need to pry something apart, and you need to pull something, and you're not going to lacerate or slice up your hands because you have a good tactical protection. They're not just like regular mechanics gloves. They are designed to be slice and cut resistant and puncture resistant. So it's going to be a much higher level of protection for your hands. And again, the second reason I like them, you ball up your fist, you smash them in his face for self-defense, and you're better able to protect yourself. I put links to something, all three. The first one is the tactical flashlight. The second one is a pepper spray or pepper gel. I prefer pepper gel. Get what you like. Bear spray, people seem to think that's better. I don't, or wasp spray. I don't think any of those are better. I think you go for the one. It's designed for people. It's pretty effective. And I like the gel because it's not gonna, it's not gonna splash back in your face or blow back in your face. You wanna spray them and get out of there, and you don't want to be choking and the snot's coming out of your nose and your eyes are all water and you can barely see, and you're trying to get home or trying to protect your family and your little kids choking or your grandson. So that's why I prefer the pepper gel. Yeah, and wasp spray does not work. Well, it's for a totally different thing. It's a poison that kills wasps. It barely kills the wasps. Growing up, I used to use that stuff because we painted apartment complexes outside. Most of my childhood life and half of my adult life, I painted buildings and ran into wasps, bees, hornets, you name it, right? And I would watch these 20-foot wasp sprays and have these just flying through the spray coming at you. And then you take off running and he's still chasing you. And they die eventually. But I'd rather have the pepper gel. When I was in the Marine Corps and in the Army National Guard, I had been, and then since then, I've been pepper sprayed and pepper gelled many times. It's part of the training, and it hurts. It sucks. Nobody likes it. And some people can develop a tolerance for it, but you're not looking to go out and fight against an organized group of criminals who are used to getting pepper sprayed or pepper gel or whatever. You're trying to get your family home, get out of there fast. This is a warning, an alert. I know you feel it. I know you see it. The world's on fire. And, oh yeah, it's someone that is a Christian says in Norway, they're able to use menthol spray. There are many alternatives. You can think outside the box. Think about what you've gotten into your eyes that really burns and doesn't feel good, right? Carry a can of, or a bottle of mouthwash. And then, you can make your own pepper spray. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do to protect yourself if you think outside the box. Think about non-lethal options, especially if you live in an area where you can't carry any self-defense tools. And, figure it out. What can you do to keep yourself and your family safe? That's the whole point of this video. The alert is more, get that flashlight, Swole says. Yeah, deep heat spray. There you go. Get some capsaicin, right? That you're going to put on the liniment on the muscles, or even carry, what's that stuff that they made us use in the 2020 with that whole cough thing? The alcohol gel that people, hand sanitizer. I put it out of my mind. It was such an unpleasant period of time. Carry a can of hand sanitizer or a spray, and put a big glop of that gel in there and smash it on his face when you're defending yourself for self-defense. Anyway, that's my point. Please put in the comment section, if you would, what would you add if you have already, or if you are planning on making a get-home bag. That means from work, from school, from the grocery store. You're there, they turn off the EBT cards, people go crazy, people start hurting each other. How do you get out of there? Who knows what it is? Thank you, Eleanor, for that. What are you going to put in your bag as a force multiplier? Or, what else are we not thinking about? I can't show you everything that's in my bag because some of it will get me kicked off of YouTube. Bike chain. I carry regular chain and a lock to lock up my stuff. But what else can you use a chain and a lock for? We have this $5 worth of nuts on 20 cents worth of string. What will that do? Right? What can you do with a monkey fist for self-defense? Can you throw that in a bag? You can throw that in your pocket. and then your pocketbook or whatever. So what do you, put that in the comment section, please. What do you carry? What are you going to put in your bag? How do you get home safe? How do you protect yourself, your family in these times? And hopefully you'll never use it. We train for war and then we pray for peace. So what are you training with? What are you prepared to use to defend yourself, your family, your dignity, your life, your freedom? And let's make this a conversation in the comment section. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going back to work. Have a great night.